Hello, in this programming video, I am going to show you the different data types in the Dart programming language. So, the first couple of data types are numbers. They allow you to basically store numbers. So if I create a variable, so you could, use the keyword var, but I want to demonstrate the data types. So there's integer, which uses the keyword int. And if I say, call this I equals 9, and if I do print I will get 9 printed out. We can reassign values, simple stuff. If I try and assign some sort of string to it, we get an error. They're the same type of string cannot be assigned to a variable of type int. What happens if we try and assign the value 3.5, for example, which is a decimal? It says cannot assign the type of double to int. So that is a nice little segue onto the next data type, which is a double, and that's just basically a number that allows you to have decimal numbers. It allows you to have the decimal part as well. So if I say d equals 9, and I'll do print d, run it, let's see what we get. We don't get any errors. So you can store regular integers as well. But if I do 9.5, for example, it could be 9.56. You could have a more precise value. It gets printed out. So if we want whole numbers, so this can be positive and negative numbers. But if we only want whole numbers, integers are the way to go. If you want positive and negative numbers, but that can have a decimal value, this double is the route to go. The next type of variable is that data type is a string, and you use it with the keyword string with a capital S. So if I call this S, and it's just basically a string, you use double quotation marks, semicolon, and I say hello world, and I print it out. We get hello world. We can't assign the value 8 to it. It's for the same reason why we can't assign a string to any of these data types, because it's a mismatch in the actual type. So the final data type that I want to cover is Boolean. So let me demonstrate a Boolean. For those of you that don't know what Booleans are, they are variables that essentially can only take one of two states, either true or false, 1 or 0, on or off. That's it. They can't take any other state. It's only true or false, on or off. Most programming languages have Booleans, and they're extremely useful. So if I just do bool b equals true, and if I would print this out as b, if I run it, let's see what we get. So we get true printed out, and this can also be false. So a Boolean can only take one or two values, true or false. So you probably can see the immediate use for these, but why would you have a Boolean? They're great to basically keep track of stuff. So maybe you've created a game, you're keeping track of whether the user has already replenished their health via some sort of power up. If they have, they need to wait 60 minutes, then it gets recharged. So if this is set to false, you could say it's set to false, therefore it's recharging. If it's set to true, the power up is available, something along those lines. So it's great to keep status of stuff in your application. And that's it for data types. There are actually 2 or 3 more data types. They're a bit more complex than these, so I'm creating separate videos to cover them. Some programming languages actually have a lot more data types than Dart does, but Dart simplifies it quite a bit. One thing I just want to mention is that though theoretically in computer science, you could have an integer of literally any size. It could be like 4 billion, trillion, million, however large you want. In programming, there is a theoretical limit, because there is an actual limit, because these are all stored in memory. Henceforth, only a little bit of memory is assigned to it. As a result, you do have a limitation. The limitation is very high, you probably won't reach it, and depending on the compiler, it will be different. So what I'm going to do is provide an extra link so you can find out more information about data types, especially the maximum and minimum values that they can store. So that's it. But if you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.